Hello there, everybody. Can you hear me? Yes, you can. Hello, welcome back. So this is the Bethel Pilot Invite Day 1 continuing. We got 2 matches left for the day. We have moved over to my channel due to storms in Indiana, unfortunately. So, gonna try to keep clean, keep it nice, and see where we go with it. This next match here is going to be Bethel versus Bower. It is going to be match number 5, and that's going to entail the following maps. We're going to have Nepal, Blizzard World, and Havana. I will be sure to constantly let you guys know which side is which. I don't have the tag set up to say which team is which at the moment, so I apologize for that. But we're kind of working with what we got here, so we'll just go as it is. So with that being said, I'm really looking forward to seeing how these two play. Bower did play in the previous match over on the Bethel Pilot Invite channel, but it was experiencing a lot of buffering, so we weren't able entirely to tell how it was going. Yet, we were able to see that the composition-wise, it looked pretty strong from both sides of GVSU versus Butler, but in the end, Bower did come out on top. So we'll be seeing how this next pool of maps will play for the teams here. Just to make mention, this is pool play, so even if a team wins the first of 2, we still play until all 3 maps have been completed. In the players themselves, this entire tournament's taking place in Indiana, right there on site in Bethel University. I myself am remote here in Maryland, so offered to help, and here we are. The staff over there are working constantly, trying to provide everything and provide a great experience for the players no matter what happens. And I have yet to hear anything bad about it. So, without further ado, looking to see if these players are looking to get ready. They are getting themselves together and organized. But in the meantime, from what we saw in the previous matches, I would say Bethel is definitely a force to be reckoned with. You got to really watch out for the people such as Goomba or Shy Guy. They were really dominating on maintaining space and picking off any stragglers that were not able to stick with the team. So if Bower is not careful, they may experience that firsthand themselves. So with that being said, I will want to mention that there's only 2 more matches tonight, the one we are casting right now and the one that will be after this. After that, we will end off on today, and the next day, we'll go back to the main Bethel Invite channels, and there'll be the elimination rounds. So, we're going to head right on into the match here. Let's have a go, shall we? We start up here on Nepal in the village to start. It's going to be on the blue team will be Bethel, while for Team Red will be Butler. 2 teams have known each other for quite a long time, I might add, through various orgs such as ECAC, Open Division, you name it. I don't know all of them, but I do know that they love to compete as such. Now, taking a look over at the side of Bethel here, we will be seeing a brawl setup again with the help of May and Cassidy. As for Butler, they're going to be working a bit more of a stranger comp, I would say personally, because from what we're going to be seeing here, you have a Ramatra with a Symmetra and a Sombra. So it's going to be just interesting all around. Both sides will TP as they make their way to meet each other in the center here. The one that's going to be helping to lead the charge will be the Reinhardt, but taking a look from the eyes of the Sombra here, trying to get the hack off is successful, but Shy Guy able to get that first elimination before falling themselves. So with that, either side really has the advantage, and I have to eat my own words, as Bethel University able to get that double pick off, and now is going to start capping the point. We will be seeing Sombra trying for some extra play, get their ult charge built up, but they're not able to get that elimination onto Diddy Kong. So for Butler, they're going to have to regroup here and try to push through main. Turtle's going to be the first to fall here against Diddy Kong, so now Butler needs to regroup and try to plan a bit differently here. The TP is right in front, but it's really just a bait, just trying to distract. As for the side of Bethel, they really have this choke down on lock. With turrets set up on the high ground and opening on the main, they can just rotate at any point in time. TP and all get in and out as needed. But Goomba oversteps their bounds just a little, and that's going to cost them here. Taking a look at the Ramatra, able to get that kill on the Shy Guy, and now the point has swapped over to Butler. Apologies for the camera, still working a little bit of mess. Daisy and Waluigi are going to have to try to retreat, but it looks like Waluigi is able to get out in order to regroup with the team. Given the amount of space Butler now has, they're going to try to work to even with what Bethel earned, if not gain more than them. So strategy-wise, I believe we're just going to be seeing a strategic TP going, no, it's not going to the point, it's going right after them, in fact. I'm surprised they went with this decision, but to each their own, I suppose. As we're going to be seeing here, Windows coming on out with the High Noon. Immortality's been activated, but the High Noon's not able to find any kills. They're able to take care of Bubbles and cap the point. So Bethel now is in control of this game yet again, as Butler is going to have to regroup here for a reset. We're going to be seeing Anna here get staggered out slightly, as the side of Butler is going to have to wait for them. For Bethel here, their best bet is going to be holding this high ground. As long as they're able to rotate swiftly, they have no issues facing off against this composition. But we better keep an eye out on the Sombra here. Sombra's has that EMP going in with it, and it's good. They're able to get that first pick there on the Shy Guy. That's going to be down a tank for the side of Bethel here, with the railgun also being annihilated. Yana trying his best to stay alive here, as the point is going to turn hands yet again. Ramatra here sitting up the push with that beat drop. The shatter is met as Shy Guy starts to lay into them. The hack and sweep come out with the wombo combo. That's going to be two falling from the side of Butler, allowing for this point to swap over yet again. There's about 15 seconds left now, folks, as we're going to be seeing Butler have to try to regroup and make a push here. Bubbles does have their ult ready and on deck here, so he's going to have to just book it to point. But there's just not enough time. Oh, I stand corrected. They were able to make the touch thanks to Sombra, but despite that, Waluigi, Goomba, and Diddy Kong get the eliminations they're looking for, and the first round goes to Bethel University.
Score 1-0.
With that, Bethel University is able to take the first round, but now we head over to the Shrine. On the Shrine, it's all about a mix of high ground to low ground and long range. Characters such as snipers like Widowmaker and Ashe, or even Pharah and Echo, they have a great advantage here. Even dive can be viable. It's all about how you play the game here. We're going to be seeing no swaps. I stand corrected. We're going to be seeing dive composition here from the side of Bethel, as they both teleport to get faster to the point. Winston's going to be the first one on. It is Shy Guy, as Lucio's there to meet him. Cash ready to try to help his team out however possible. But he better be careful, for he does not have a lot of health to go off. But we do find that Sombra's able to get the first pick on the Goomba. That's going to be 1 DPS down for the side of Bethel, as they set themselves up to try to set up a dive. Winston gets hacked here, and Sombra is able to escape with his life. The point starts in favor of Butler. So now, with that, they're going to try to go for exit picks here. Shy Guy has to be very careful. Getting that hacked is not really working for them. He's very isolated every time he jumps. The Kiriko tries to go with him, but it's a very risky maneuver. A risk that does pay off in the end. However, they do lose Waluigi. So now Bubbles and Nanashi, there we go. Nanashi able to get to 2 with Bubbles following on up. And Bethel is going to have to choose to reset here. Finding some exit picks. They get 2. Actually, they may be able to win this. They're trying to 1v1 the Ramatra here. They almost get the Kiriko, but not quite. With all these Bethel players back, they're going to be able to set up a dive and eliminate whoever they wish, however they want. A great elimination from Diddygon and Shy Guy there. Goomba trying to make the follow-up, but it's not enough. Shy Guy able to get a double, make that a triple with Goomba stealing the quad. After 50% there, Bethel finally takes the point, but they need to get as much time as possible. December gets spotted momentarily after accidentally jumping into Daisy, and Goomba gets the elimination. Bauer here is going to try to get a setup for high ground, but we may be seeing a change in plans. It seems they may poke for main. They're going to start making their escort down towards the stairs as they're getting dove by the Winston from behind. The Kiriko does come on out, able to get huge value for his teammates. And they're able to find the pick on not just 1, 2, but 3 of Butler's members. And the point stays in control of Bethel here, as it's going to come up to meeting that 50% here. Alt economy is looking in favor of Bethel. Now, for Butler, they can really utilize this EMP here if timed properly for the high noon. They're going to have to also try to see if beat drop will be necessary to push in for this fight. Probably not, and they're going to be using it for the latter. High noon has been activated here, moving his way on in. Can he find anyone? Looking, takes a shot, but not able to secure a kill. The EMP goes on off with the beat drop. Nanashi has been eliminated. So with this Primal coming on out here, the Honor's going to get booped around while Shy Guy is taking all the names possible. Not able to get any eliminations quite yet, but the damage is major. Goomba able to take out Espy. And now it's going to be followed up with whoever's left on the books. 92% left on the clock. I'm not sure Butler can make a touch here as Bethel University takes round number 2 and the first map. With that, Bethel Esports is going to take map number 1 here. Honestly, a very close game. Closer than I thought it would be. Shy Guy here with the play of the game. I'm wondering if it's more than likely a Primal out here. Oh, it was the regular kills here, but they were good nonetheless. Able to corral the opponents into a position where they could not recover. Now that's proper game plan. So with that, Bethel University takes map number 1, but we're going to be heading to Blizzard World next. Unlike the other hybrid maps we've seen, Blizzard World is very low to the ground. It's also very long distance, so snipers are going to have a lot better time on this sort of map. Now, given, we could see that Bethel here will try to just take it corner for corner, while from the side of, say, Butler here, if they were on the attacking side, maybe they would also go for corner per corner, or they may utilize the high ground immediately. I would see Butler doing that over Bethel for an attacking push. So with that, we'll have to see here what the teams decide. I believe it's Butler requesting to be on the defense to start. Personally, I find that's the better play. From my own experience, I found that being on the defensive always is better than being on the attack to start. You get to set your own limitations, you also get to set your own goals, and you get to really see what you have to reach. Versus being on the attack where you first have to make sure you get past the opposition that's stopping you. And that can be very hard, especially on these hybrid maps. they tend to go long or drawn out, essentially. So we'll have to see what each team is going to really kind of work as a strategy here. We might see the Ramatra poke again, but I'm wondering if we're going to see any change-up to that. Sigma is a very viable tank on Blizzard World. As we go right back on into it, welcome everybody. It's a bit dreary here on Blizzard World, but the rain is quite refreshing. Hopefully, it's a bit better than what Indiana's experienced. I apologize, but that's the truth to it. So taking a look here, for those of you not aware of how this works, this hybrid map, you're going to have to first make your way to the first opening here, which is point number 1. Once you cap it, you get 2 minutes and 30 seconds added on to your time bank. From there, you must escort the payload all the way to the archway here. From there, you'll get an additional minute 30 till you reach the throne. That is how you play this game. So, taking a look at from what it is, excuse me, taking a look at Butler's composition here on the defense, I'm curious what the plan is here. We're seeing a lot of poke and self-sustain type of characters. Keep your distance. Ball's going to try to roll through everyone to get ult. While from the side of Bethel, they're also playing a dive. However, it's a lot more heal heavy as well as balance, I would say. So we're going to have to see which side prospers here going on into this. Let's take a from the eyes of Bubbles here, who's going to be meeting the Winston to start. Spawn them on out. They're going to try to help set themselves up for success. Being spotted, Nanashi has to force themselves away, lest they perish. From the looks of things, right now, Bethel was trying to get a understanding of where everyone is positioned themselves. But Bubbles going in for the pile drive here, trying to find an elimination on the Goomba, but Goomba here not falling for it. We do see Shy Guy has taken quite a bit of damage here, but is able to recover just as fine. Going in for the push. They're trying to see what value they can get for a pick, but they're not able to really secure any kills yet. I might stand corrected here soon. The Zenyatta is hurt badly, but Turtle's turret able to save him. The Winston now going to have to try to play himself back. Let's try to see here how this fight's going to fall back against Bethel here, given that they're down in numbers, but they still have a huge amount of firepower to work with. For the side of Butler, they're going to have to try to make a regroup here just to recover. It seems that they've been spotted, and the nano boost comes out onto Goomba. Goomba perishes! Unfortunate for them. But for the side of Butler, this is just what they needed to try to work some magic. However, they've lost both of their healers. So now things are going to have to go down to a stall mechanic here. Maybe find some picks if you can get them, but the odds are not in your favor, I'll say. With just about 2 minutes left, we're going to be seeing Bethel cap this point and receive an additional 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So now for the side of Butler, they must regroup and try to plan their next move. Turtle is the first to go down here on the second point, and it's not going to be something they're hoping for, actually. Instead, it seems that they're going to have to try to make it back. They're working with the healers here. The Primal coming on out, and the healers are just secluded in the worst place you can imagine, being surrounded. But this rally is keeping the Brig up, almost able to get Daisy there. Daisy able to stay alive with just the hair of their teeth. And they're going to try to go right back into it. They have no fear at all. Turtle activating the Molten Core, looking to get the Ana, but not able to secure that kill. It's looking quite chaotic here. As we go back on over to the card here, we'll be seeing that Luigi able to keep it moving, while the rest of Bethel pushes forward. Butler really trying to play it back, but every time, it seems that they're just being jumped harder and harder into their own spawn. So just about mere meters away, we're going to have to see what Butler can do to regroup here and make a push. The minefield comes on out but it's not able to get any picks. As for the side of Butler here, they have a stall going right now. The Bob is out. They're trying to see what they can do. The Transcendence has been activated. They're able to get the pick onto Diddy Kong with the Ana. But the Zen has fallen as well. And from the looks of things, they're not going to be able to really stall this point any longer as Bethel takes it. The amount of space that these tanks are making is just insurmountable. I would say best case scenario for the side of Butler here would be to try to change their comp, maybe go for a bit more damage and heal heavy in order to stay alive and recover. And we're going to be seeing just that. Turtle swaps over to the Reaper. They're able to get the sweep onto the Ash, but it's not able to find any further value there. Goomba getting a really aggressive. I'm not sure about the decision on that, but they commit to it as Butler's finding their picks. With that, that's going to be a reset there from the side of Bethel. Shy Guy is the last to get out and lives to tell the tale, in fact. Surprisingly so. So now, we're going to have to see how Butler responds to this alt economy here, because Shy Guy has the Primal, can start pushing them into Bethel's team in order to play for these picks here. So let's see how this execution takes place. Team set themselves up. The Nano comes out. Goomba going in, diving hard. And the Nanos met on either side. Goomba getting one pick, but not much left as they're taking down themselves. So far, the card is being held back, and the Primal has been activated. They're trying to see what they can do to zone out the Diva, and they're just going to keep this point moving then. Not too much else to really say about it there, but from the side of Butler, they have their Diva Bomb ready to just unleash onto Bethel. Bethel does not have many corners to hide around, so this is going to be a crucial moment here. A beautiful sleep. Diva Bomb coming on out. Not able to find anyone as Bubbles is the first to fall. Activates the Death Blossom, but it's not able to find any picks there as this point gets capped. With 2 minutes and 3 seconds on the board, Bethel takes 3 points on Blizzard World. Sides are now swapping, and it's going to be Bethel on the defense here. Seeing how we saw this just really aggressive dive there, I was surprised it was able to get the value without any sort of punishment. Now given, we did see Goomba fall a couple of times, but that was after they were even able to make a trade. So for the side of Butler, they need to probably see what they can do to try to mitigate that. The Torb was a great play on the defense there in order to dissuade Echo and any other DPS from pushing in too aggressively. We will be seeing a Genji from the side of Butler. I'm a bit excited for this because we have yet to see a Genji today, or at least I have. As for the side of Bethel, no change to the comp. They're going to stick to their bread and butter. They're confident, they're raring, they're ready to go. As for the side of Butler, they're going to try to go for a bit of Bethel's playbook here with the Echo, but they're going to tack on their own Mercy to try to provide that extra little damage and healing boost. But I'm curious how it's going to really go down, because you'll see this. The Ana's going to stick with the Genji, the Mercy to the Echo. Ball, he's going to try to stick for himself, while the rest of their opponents, Bethel here, is going to try to just be systematic, stay with their diving techniques, and try to go off of that. The Slam comes on out. Turtle is the first to fall, but he does get revived thanks to the Mercy there. Bubbles almost perishing themselves. And the Nashi has fallen. That is an unfortunate pick for the side of Butler to have received. So now we're going to be seeing a regroup here. They're going to wait till the Genji gets back before trying to make another play. Real big opportunity here from the side of Bethel to take the initiative and push on in. Bubbles going in for the roll again with Genji to assist, but Genji has fallen with that anti and dynamite power play. The Damage is just picking up one after the other. Diddy Kong able to get that triple. That's going to be another reset there from the side of Butler. They're going to have to try to take a different path. I would recommend going to the bottom left if the option's there for them. Probably not trying to play for this high ground, but play it safe. Let's see what they go for. So from either side, we'll be seeing here Rowan from the ball, trying to start by contesting the point. Get the attention of Bethel and try to diverge their focus. And a great slam from them, trying to get Goomba, but will it be enough? I'm not sure. Goomba's going to try to follow it on up with some darts, but it's not finding any eliminations. Both sides are at a standoff here, and Old Kami's in favor of Bethel. Diddy Kong able to find that first, and they're going to try to go for more. The sleep comes out, beautifully executed by the Ana. Trying to heal up the best as possible. Goomba finding that elimination with the Genji copy, and they're going to try to follow it on up here. Ana does get eliminated from Shy Guy. The blade coming on out. Doesn't get anyone. No siree. And now they are in trouble with the Bastion. Shoot them from behind. They learned their lesson not to play too deep. Otherwise, they will be bitten. So now, they're going to have to reset yet again. The Genji has fallen. And the healers are being dove. Things are not looking good for the side of Butler. As for Bethel here, they're trying to continue keeping the space. The more they do it, the more successful they are and have more time to react to pushes. Bubbles has fallen, and now Shy Guy is pushing in with the nail going on out to Goomba. Trying to find that elimination there on Turtle, having a real tough time thanks to the Mercy Pocket. Espions able to keep their team up and lead them to victory. But it's looking a bit dire here with that Winston primaling on out. And with that, Nanashi also having fallen victim. So now we're going to be seeing here from the side of Butler, they need to try to make some space in order to stay alive long enough to recover. Turtle has fallen, so that's going to be another stagger out there. The Autokami is in favor of Butler, but it's all about timing and usage. They just got to commit to it. For the side of Bethel here, they have just 30 more seconds to hold it for. They don't need much longer, but they must be wary. This blade could be massive here. Going for that initial dash, must play it safe as they're not able to get the elimination onto the Winston there. That's 1, 2, 3, and it's going to be Bethel looking for the cleanups here. And with that, it's going to be it for Blizzard World. Bethel takes map number 2. As we'll be seeing here, Daisy with the play of the game. I mean, you gotta really count on someone. You gotta count on someone that plays Kiriko. Kiriko able to land their shots, be there for the heals, and just clutch it up is perfect for a team composition. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bethel has won 2 maps, but we still have a third to play here. That map is going to be Havana, another long sightlines kind of escort. It's a bit of a different mix. Dive can definitely work well here, but the playable shields is where it really sits at heart. Play tanks like tank compositions, I'll say, and I'm saying this because I'm a tank player myself. You got tank compositions such as Sigma, you have Ramatra, you used to have Orisa, but not anymore thanks to the change. But definitely with the push away, the poke can really work in your favor if you play the snipers and you play them well. However, you must be wary for spawn camp. Spawn camps usually go in the favor of the defensive if they're able to consistently just wall off people, seclude them, and make sure they don't get value or even cancel their ults. But it's a high bar that the defense is set with, and they must meet that bar every single time. Otherwise, they have to play for a reset, and they cannot spawn hold after they lose it. So we're going to be seeing here that Butler will be staying on the defensive while Bethel will keep on the attack. With that being said, hope you all are ready, because we're about to go into it, I believe. I would say best strategy here is to play it a bit cheesy from the side of Butler. That Bastion play, really good idea. I would say try to bring in, say, I'm not sure about the Sombra, but the Sombra did help out with the hacks when they were followed up on. So maybe you try to mix in the Zen with a Baptiste, bring out the Bastion, maybe have Sigma, Reinhardt, whatever you're choosing for tank, say it as it will, and make your way on over to try to see who your last DPS is, because that could be a wild card of any kind. Torb is definitely a helpful pick, but on the attack, it's a bit dangerous. But that's for Butler. That's for Butler's attack if they were to do it. Butler's going to be on the defense. And if I'm honest, the same lineup I was saying is a grand defense for them. We're going to be seeing them, like I mentioned, the Sigma, the snipers. It really works here on this map. These long sight lines gives you time in order to adapt and react to any pushes. How do I feel about Daisy's dominance, Ned? I believe it is quite showy. We're going to have to see if Daisy can keep it up, though, because what I've seen from Daisy here, specifically, if we're on the topic, is that Daisy is much more of a support rather than trying to go for eliminations. Daisy gets them from time to time, but that's not their focus, and that's a good mindset to have. You can try to get eliminations, but unless you keep up with the heals, it matters not. We do see Shy Guy switch over from the Doomfist to the Sigma. They're going to be setting themselves up, sniper to sniper, trying to find this pick on the Hanzo, maybe the Ana too, just missing. Goomba really close to these shots, gets the first hit, marked by the Dynamite there with the Sonic Arrow, able to show where they are, but not follow up on them quite yet. The elimination from Diddy Kong, sniping them on out. Can they make a follow-up there? Not quite yet, as we're going to be seeing here from the side of Butler, trying to just regroup themselves and play it for better. Butler right now, not really living through it. They are now needing to regroup, and will have to play for another contest here. But that's only if they can get by Shy Guy. Shy Guy here is holding the line with the assistance of Daisy. They're going to try to keep this space as much as possible. Tune in over to Goomba here, trying to see what pressure they can apply here with the help of the Sigma. It's quite impressive, I might say. As for the side of Butler here, they need to start making someone to push to the point. Bubbles is going to be just that character, as Diddy Kong is on the high ground finding the picks. They bring back one of the snipers, but will it be enough? I unfortunately don't believe it will, as the point will be captured by Bethel. So from the side of Butler, we're going to be seeing a switch over to the Wrecking Ball. Personally, Wrecking Ball dive in general is not my forte. But we will be seeing how they try to make this push here. The Dragon coming on out beautifully. Able to get a great amount of damage, eliminating Turtle. So that's going to be one hero down. We do see a switch back over to the Genji here from the side of Butler, as Diddy Kong's able to get the pick off onto Bubbles. Shy Guy is still maintaining the space with the assistance of Goomba here. 4 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. There's a lot of space being made and a lot of time bank being taken. So Bauer needs to capitalize on pushing a single target here. They are dive. They need to try to work together and be in a coherent squad. But we're going to see we're going to see cash fall there, unfortunately. Genji does have the nano boost here. Dodges the Sigma Flux, but does get eliminated at the end of the day. As from the side of Bethel here, they're playing it on point, and actually Bubbles is doing their best to try to hold it on out as long as possible. It helps burn an additional minute, but they need more than that in order to be victorious. A great reflect and Ghost Dash into Daisy, eliminating that healer for now. But you gotta realize Daisy's gonna come back real quick now, being in a close spawn with 5 minutes on the board, and the last point being to escort it to the castle. things are looking pretty dire for Butler. They really need to start taking advantage of this high ground here against Bethel. Going to be seeing the fall is Cash. The blade comes on out. It finds a first swing, but can it find much more? Hard to say because it's not looking to be the case. The Dragons come on out and they're able to separate the defensive force that was Maine of Castle. So we're going to be seeing here with 4 minutes left on the board. The point is currently just sitting around the corner to start as Bubbles has fallen here. Able to get that headshot is going to be the first. Can they find the second one to the Genji? No, sorry, not yet, but Daisy able to follow up to secure that kill. Able to help their team pushing into the spawn doors and trying to find a shutout here. Sights have been activated from the side of Diddy Kong, so they know where they are. There's about 5 seconds or so left until they go away, and Diddy Kong is not going to even bother with that. The point is almost to its final destination here. Nano comes on out on the Shy Guy as the Kitsune Rush has also been activated here. The Flux does miss, and it's going to be picks still coming out from the side of Bethel. High Noon activated, able to find Daisy, but that's about it. Point 3 captured by Bethel as round 1 is completed. For those of you, just as a reminder and update, Bethel has a score of 2-0 against Butler at the moment. So we'll be seeing here, can Butler escort it as far as the castle, or will they be held back at one of these separate points? We'll find out here in the next 10 seconds, as both sides will begin to select their team composition. I think biggest thing we should try to see here, the Sigma wasn't a bad idea from the side of Butler, but I do wonder if they could work some. If they choose to go dive again, maybe try to throw in a Winston. Winston Bubbles has been very useful. And we're going to be seeing the old good Betty. It's going to be the brawl here from the side of Bethel as they're going to make their way over to the spawn doors here. We'll have to see. Will Butler be ready to handle it? I wonder. I'm concerned because in many cases, either you see it, you hear it, or you're not ready for it at all. But I think they're going to see it as long as they jump up to the next window. So with that being said, we're going to start with this spawn hold here from the side of Bethel. Wall already activated. Not sure if that was the right decision. Shy Guy taking about half damage, but living to tell the tale. Let's tune in over here to the Widow. Playing the off angle. So let's see if they can make a pick. Not happening there. A brawl on the other side of the spawn point. And it seems that Bauer is starting to make their way out. The Nashi does fall, however. So it's going to be Bauer trying to just play for all charge here. See what they can do. And Cash has also fallen victim to the May Icicle. Tragic indeed. But what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Or at least that's how it's supposed to go. So now with the Bastion locked in and ready, that wall is going to get melted quite fast. Will Bethel be ready? Let's find out. Wall has been activated here, and the Bastion's just trying to burst down Shy Guy, but Shy Guy almost is losing nothing. Despite that, a great pin from the Reinhardt, but the May lives to tell the tale. They can play in their spawn there, which will allow them more amplified heals than what Bethel can output. But Turtle has indeed fallen. So Bethel has a great opportunity here. Let's check in from eyes of Goomba, who's able to get this wall off here if timed properly. So far, I've yet to see walls that would not be of much value because all matches today have been stupendous. So from the side of the Butler team here, we're going to have to see how they react. There is a shatter. It is good, but the return favor is massive. It's able to clean up shop. They use window, they use shatter, but Butler comes out on top with their own return of the favor. The Lucio is staggered out here, and I'm not sure he's long for this world. Waluigi, Godspeed. Let's see what you can do. able to build up their beat drop. That's going to be value enough. And they held that point for 2 minutes. That's a great hold for a spawn hold. So now Bethel has just 2 minutes left until they take this map. But that's if they do it. The pin comes out from Bubbles, able to pin down, but it does not find elimination as Bubbles is in a world of hurt here. The Bastion has been activated. Artillery barrage inbound. The hits are not good, unfortunately for them. But a Nano Blade's going to look for some value. The beat drop was matched. And the May lives to tell the tale. Nanashi, not so much. As we're going to be seeing a high noon coming on out here from DiddyCon. They're looking to see who they can find, but it's not able to get any sort of picks. Right now, the side of Bethel is down a tank. He made it back just now. But it's going to be really a saturation of who can outpour more damage into the other. The wall comes up, and Goomba has fallen. The Shatter is met with a shield, so it's not able to find the value it's looking for there. Daisy here is going to start to activate the window. Window goes on off as DiddyCon has fallen. It's a trade 1-for-1. Turtle looking really, really hurt as the Nashi just barely staying alive themselves. The Nashi has fallen to Waluigi as they're going to be starting to make their push here with 30 seconds left on the clock. But they're not going to try to go in for too deep because they realize if they overextend, it will cost them this next and final fight. There's only one ult available with a secondary coming up. It's both supports, 2 Shy Guys, ult of a Shatter. Shy Guys really going to have to find the value here. It's going to be a little better against a Sigma. The wall comes on out. He's going in. He's running hard. He's able to get that Bastion there. Can he find any more? Shatters! Blocked! It's not able to find the value they're looking for as Bubble's able to get that Nano. But the charge away forces Bubble off the point. He cannot make it back in time. And Bethel takes map number 3. And here with the play of the game, ladies and gentlemen, Goomba able to really help put this defensive hold. I'm going to be honest, it's like Goomba's playing a tank here. They do not care. They just go in. Stupendous plays right there, ladies and gentlemen. But we're now going to move on to the last and final match of the night. It's going to be Michigan Tech versus Purdue Sigma, but I will try to see if we're going to have any sort of interview, so stay tuned. I'll be right back. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we are just about getting everyone right back into it. Welcome back to the last match of the night. It is Michigan Tech versus Purdue Sigma. So this is going to be it here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the last match of the pool play before eliminations tomorrow. Everyone is super excited. They have been waiting. They've done their warm-ups. They're just ready to get on into this map here, which is Nepal. Now, given we're going to be playing all the maps, and we're going to be seeing who comes out on top. Alrighty. So, be seeing here if either side is going to be ready to get going. I believe the best case scenario here would be for possibly a dive play from either side. I'm not sure, but we do have to make note that we saw Thimbleberry earlier in the stream, and we also saw Pharaoh, who also brought quite a bit of play to the table, as well as Moegoff. So, looking forward to this game. It's bound to be a good one. And ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head right on in. Without further ado, let's have a go at it. Welcome to Nepal. We're going to be starting out here on the Shrine. We saw from the last match, it was a mix of dive to brawl poke. So, will we see that again? Or will both teams say, no, we're going to do something completely different? With Shrine here, you got to remember the high ground, low ground, pretty much this entire environment here around the point is fair play. And if it's not taken care of properly, it will lead to your downfall. So, from the side of Michigan Tech, I believe first, yes sir, it is Michigan Tech. I made notes and then I forgot them. ADHD brain. But Michigan Tech is going to be here with the brawl, while from the side of Purdue Sigma, we're going to be seeing them start with a brawl pokish. Intriguing. Both sides are ready and raring to go. So let's see what they do. Reinhardt's going to be the first one to meet at the center of the point with the team trailing right behind. They're going to try to utilize this close combat style with the Maywall and Cassidy. But meeting them on the right side here is going to be Purdue. The wall comes on up, but it does not find any value. It was too far back. So now they're going to have an opportunity to push in against Michigan Tech. The pummeling starts out here as we're going to be seeing the one leading the charge is actually Sky with Thimbleberry finding a double, looking to get that pin, not quite. And first point goes over to Michigan Tech. As for the side of Purdue Sigma, it seems like they're going to be changing up their strategy. There looks to be mirroring the brawl. Will they switch off Junkrat? Yes, sirree. And instead of a Cassidy, they're going to bring in the Reaper. This will allow them to put some more cone control damage in. So let's see if it pays off for them. You got to be careful here because as we've seen already, these walls can be very dastardly. They throw the first one up just to block. Now Isaac's setting themselves up here for their own. As soon as someone passes through, the window has been activated. A beautiful wall to save the Reaper from certain doom. And now they're going to try to meet the main. The Reinhardt is isolated and alone. That is not where you want to be. But with the team there, with the Kasune, it's the block against the Shatter, pinning on in. And they're going to try to take the momentum here, ladies and gentlemen. But Thimbleberry able to get the first pick on the Pharaoh. It's traded back by Mogoe as Thimbleberry has activated the high noon. Can they find any picks? Reinhardt's looking pretty hurt and has been frozen up. The point stays in control of Michigan Tech. So for now, Purdue Sigma must regroup. They have ult economy in their favor here, but with just about 30 seconds left for capture, will that be enough? We'll find out here very soon. It seems that they're going to be making their way through main yet again. In fact, they're trying to misdirect by going on the flank again. Sky is going to meet him head to head, but let's tune in for the shatter here. There's a grand opportunity, but despite a beat drop, it's not able to help anybody. At least it's not able to help the Rhine. The Blizzard and the Death Blossom has been activated, but no one except the Reinhardt has been eliminated, who's able to heroically push it away. Look at all those guns. The window's activated, and just a cruel collect shatter gets executed. However, no one's there to follow up. So round number 1 goes to Michigan Tech. If you want to hear my take on it, I personally believe that the brawl is the way to go for both sides. For Michigan Tech, I would say that their best thing is probably to use their shatters a bit more, but then again, they're not getting the shatters as fast. As for the side of Purdue Sigma really needs to try to work at focusing down a target. The tank is a good target if you're together, but it's not the one that always perishes. So you got to really start choosing different targets, maybe even better targets, arguably. They meet each other in the center here, and who's going to be first to fall is the question. Walls out from either side, but neither is really affected. Ocarina has fallen. It's going to be Purdue Sigma on the back pedal here, trying to get out of. So now with that, they're actually able to get rid of Bottled Water. Bottled Water falling is a great pick for the side of Purdue. Having lost that, they're going to have to try to back up. They don't have the movement they need. Point has been unlocked, and the spawns are coming in faster to Purdue rather than they are to Michigan Tech. But both teams are full stacked on either side now. They're ready to go with Moe leading the charge here. He's been stuck, yet still holding the line. The point has been taken in captivity of Michigan Tech, and Sky is on a rampage with a triple. The Mad Lad himself has put the hammer down and sets the stance that needs to be met. So we're going to have to be seen here. Sky has Shatter. Can Moegoff block it here? It's going to be imperative if he does. Let's tune in to see if that's going to happen. He walks right in, not even going for it. It's just going to be a cleanup. Pin comes out and secures that kill. However, they have lost Isaac. Isaac somehow has perished in that kerfuffle of a team fight. So the alt economy is in favor of Michigan Tech. However, it won't matter whether or not they get back in time, because both sides will have full teams stacked here. Swan's going to try to escort the team on in and make a move. Going fast. Go, go, go. The high noon's been activated with the window. The wall comes out. Reinhardt's in trouble. And fallen. That's going to be 2. Make it a 3rd. Yes, sirree. It's going to be another cleanup. 70% on the board, ladies and gentlemen. A team kill, but all ults available for the side of Purdue. What will they do here coming on up? It's one Shatter versus the world. They do call out where the rotation is going, and they're going to try to meet it head on. Sky wants it. He wants to get this hammer down. He's going in the backline. Does he get it? No, he baits the Shatter. It's massive! Despite the blizzard, the damage has been done, ladies and gentlemen. We go into overtime, but there's no one left. And map number 1 goes to Michigan Tech. What a phenomenal play. Sky, play of the game. No surprise there. Look at this execution. Just a replay of the absolute massacre we witnessed. Oh my word, what a shatter there. But that is only the first map, ladies and gentlemen. We now head over to Blizzard World, where it's going to be probably another brawl to brawl, but it's on the flat ground. And if you recall from our first match today, Purdue Sigma was playing in the Kings Row, and they were a force to be reckoned with. Every single point in overtime, they were able to push beyond their limits and get it to the next point. So we may be seeing that happen yet again. Just have to see her as we go into this next map. But first, sides are going to figure out who's going to be on the attack and who's going to be on the defense. The choice is up to Purdue on what they wish to do. If I were Purdue, again, I'd want to be the fence first. But that is just me. I believe they were on the attack first on the previous go-around for Kings Row. So I'm curious what their decision here will be, and whether we're going to be seeing another close hold, kind of like Bethel did to Butler. It's all about game plan, strategy, mechanics here when you think about it in the long run. And it's going to be attack. Purdue says no, we're just going to set the standard. We're going to go on in. We're going to spearhead this push and take it all the way. So props to you for that energy. Let's see if you can follow up on it, is what I say. So I believe both sides are going to be ready on up here. Curious to see if we'll be seeing any other swaps to DPS, healers, or even the tanks themselves. Because when you think about it, if you keep running the same thing over and over, you become easier to read. Because the strategy that players will take the time to read will just continue. Because, again, this is pool play. The elimination is tomorrow, and that is going to be live and in person. Not for me, unfortunately, but for all of you attending and watching from home. So I have to see what is going to take place here in a mere matter of moments. I'm real excited. I hope you are as well, chat, because we're about to have a banger of a final match follow-up on map number 2 here. So with that, let's get on into the game. If they want to. There we go. So, a bit lighter, so to speak, not as rainy. Nice and bright. A nice day at the amusement park, I would say. Can't you just feel the magic passing through these halls? But let's see who's going to be the most dominating here on this hybrid map. Both teams raring to go. Starting off on the attack is going to be Purdue here. Looks like they're going to head it up with the Brawl, matched with the Brawl. It's Brawl v Brawl again. Taking a look at the Hall of Fame there, it seems SMB holds the top. I believe I should know who SMB is, but it escapes my mind. Well, without further ado here, we're going to have to see what the final pick here is for the side of Purdue. More than likely, it's going to be the May. It seems the strategy is stick to your guns. Stick to your comfort picks and just go from there. I would say for the side of Purdue, get a little creative with your shatters, kind of like we saw Sky do in that final round, or final moments of the first map. Only time will tell as we make our way up these steps and into the fray. Taking a look at what we're seeing here, it seems they do not care for the high ground whatsoever. Instead, they're going to go right for the point here. Playing it safe is the way to go here, especially if you're a healer. The immortality comes out, and through this barrage of abilities, the first to follow is Ocarina, followed by Mo and Pharaoh and Breath of the Wild. A quick fight, a quick reset. Just 30 seconds of a team kill there. They saw what happened, and they're going to try to adapt to it there for Purdue. As for the side of Michigan Tech, I'm getting my words confused. Focus. They already have a shatter thanks to Sky. That's amazing. With these fire strikes hitting all 6 players every single time, they're able to just make... Oh no, Sky, no, don't you dare! Don't you do it! Okay. There he is! The shatter comes out! Despite the boop, he carries it on through with the surf and turf. Almost a tick there for the side of Purdue. A valiant effort, but nothing to show for yet. We will be seeing a high noon come up, a blizzard on deck, and at to bat, Cheese Bread with the window. They're going to be in trouble because they're going to time it just right here. This is going to be the worst case scenario. Ocarina has fallen. Can they get a value? Maybe a random charge could get someone? It does get Isaac. Isaac gets eliminated. They get creative. They're able to knock down the Baptiste. Can they make a follow-up on it? No, sorry. The backline has been eliminated. Despite Beth's efforts there, it's going to be another regroup. I love the creativity. I love the initiation. Unfortunately, just was not able to find enough value to get those kills. However, we will make mention Isaac is making their way on back, but they're back in time thanks to the taxi. As for the side of Purdue here, they could really use the tire, but Ocarina has gone in alone. Unfortunately for Purdue, Ocarina has been taken down each and every single time. The placement of these headshots is beautiful. It's just unfortunate how every time it's going to be a reset here. But there's hope yet. We will be seeing windows still available, as well as a beat drop. They're going to try to meet him yet again here. Will there be a big fight to be had? The beat drop is met. Everyone is frozen. It was an immortality in the right place, right time. The Reaper gets one. It's going to be the Baptiste. Can he make a follow-up? Yes, sir. That's going to be the other support. Now it's going to be Michigan Tech down both support players. The Lucio will be back. But the question is, will Purdue be able to get some value before Michigan Tech can? Bottled water, helping on out, getting them there as fast as humanly possible there. While Purdue is going to try to take advantage of chaos. He has a tire ready, but he gets eliminated before he can use it. That is the utmost unfortunate moment you could have. A beat drop has been activated along with the window there. It's anyone's game right now. Who's going to find the value? It does first pick against Dimpleberry, but the picks are starting to stack against Purdue. They have 30 seconds. They must reset. Sky here with a shatter. Same with Moe Goth. Who's going to let her rip? Ocarina, this is your chance here. Tire is ready to use. He needs to stay alive. They just need to go. But he's been eliminated there. Who's going to make the touch the point? It's going to be the Moira. The shatter comes on out, isolating. They need to take out this Lucio who's stalling the point. And they'll reverse me of the shatter. That's going to spell it for the start here on Blizzard World.
Score 0-0. Switching sides.
For the side of Michigan, Michigan Tech just needs one tick. 33% of the point, and they are victorious. It's all hands on deck here, folks. For the side of Peru, they need to hold strong and valiant in order to be victorious themselves. At least have a draw. But they are hard pressed as 4 minutes are stacked against them. Let's see how this fight unfolds. From either side, it's an immediate selection of Brawl. The hero lineup as seen there. But from the side of Purdue, they are using Brig Lucio. This is interesting. I don't like it, but it has been successful before. Why is that? It's simply because you move together, you brawl together. As long as you're all swinging, you're all healing. So now, with about 15 seconds, the players steel themselves. They put together any other things they need that will ready themselves. And without further ado, we're going to get right on into it. Attackers make their way out of the spawn, and they're going to go underneath. It seems Purdue is not ready for it, but they will become wise to it very soon. They see the icicle, and they're going on in! A very aggressive playstyle. I like it, but it can be very disastrous if not handled properly. A beautiful trap there. Ocarina has fallen first. Sky able to find the first, the second, the third. Can they find the fourth? Not quite, but there they get it. And with that, that's going to be it for Blizzard World there. Michigan Tech takes map number 2. And who would have thought, Sky, another play of the game. Right here, in fact, as we just witnessed, he seems to be getting the ones that just happened at the end of each map. But they're valuable all the same. So now we're down to our final map of the night. It's going to be seen here on Havana. Havana is a very long game, arguably. It's a long distance to play here. So we're going to have to see, will there be a change up to this brawl style, or is it still going to be spawn hold to spawn hold again? Subs are going to be made from the side of Michigan Tech here. So they're probably trying to give their players some extra play time here, give them experience in these LAN tourneys, because they're very few and far between, believe it or not. These LANs do not come by often. So for Bethel to be able to host an event like this is truly phenomenal. And it's something they're trying to strive for every single year. So you'll always catch me trying to help them make that dream a reality. But without further ado, enough nostalgia talk. We're not here for that. We're here for the action. As we're going to be seeing here on the final map of the night. I don't believe that either side is going to be swapping here, but I've been poking at it already, and I'm going to continue to poke the bear. Ocarina has been picked off every single time at the beginning of the fights, and that is not good. They need to position themselves in order to be utilized best for the team. You had several instances where Ocarina just went in, tire ready, but not utilized. So you got to be careful with that. And especially as a Mei too. Mei falling first means that you can't utilize walls continuously going forward in the fight. It's all about that target focus. And right now, Michigan Tech has their sights locked on Ocarina. So I think it's going to be up to Purdue to try to protect them as much as possible. But Purdue, once again, will be on the attack for Havana. And again, ambitious. So we'll have to see what the reasoning is behind it. I believe it's because they are better on the attack. I believe they have confidence in being able to rush into a fight together as a squad. They believe in each other, they trust each other, and they're going to keep on doing it, even if it seems like it's insanity. Because sometimes insanity still works. Interestingly enough. Yet enough of that. We'll also be seen from the side of Michigan Tech. I believe it's going to be another brawl spawn hold. The thing about Havana is, if you don't spawn hold, okay, it's a choice, but it's a choice that could greatly be utilized. And if it doesn't work, you just swap to poke or dive. It works however you want it to. So, I have to see if that's going to be utilized or not. I think a great part here, if it's going to be brawl versus brawl again, Maywall is going to be in favor of the attackers here because they can just play outside their spawn, try to coax in the defenders in order to entrap them and enclose on their position. That would be my guess on how this fight will go. Inevitably, the attackers will be able to move out of spawn. But of course, I'm saying all this as if there's going to be a spawn hold. We don't know. So we'll just have to see here as we go on into this map momentarily. We're still waiting on a sub, so nothing happening quite yet. So from there, we're going to have Juice join the party here. I don't have any background on Juice. I don't know who they are, what they do. So I'm curious how this will go. I believe they are going to be substituted in as the healer for the side of Michigan Tech. So, interestingly enough. Now, Sky has also been subbed out for Mr. Got Game. Mr. Got Game is going to be tanking here. So, this will be an interesting final map. You all met Mr. Got Game on the stream over on the Bethel Pilot Invite Twitch. So, now we're going to see how they play and work with their team. I'm real excited to see this go on out. So it's just a matter of time for the teams to go on in. So without further ado, we're headed on in.
Traveling to Havana. Initiating match.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Havana. We're back on the night version of Havana 2. I wonder if that is permanently set in Overwatch 2. Prior, it was daytime. So we may find that out a bit later. This is going to be an escort map where you must get it to the entrance of the brewery, through the brewery, and into the castle courtyard. That's going to be the goal here. And to start it on off, we will be seeing a poke from the side of Michigan Tech. I don't think they're going to be holding close. As for the side of Purdue, Sigma, they are going to be on the dive. Interesting. You don't usually see dive too much here on this map, but can definitely be utilized if done properly. It's all about execution. So who's going to be the one to really set the standard here? Let's choose Isaac here for the first one to keep an eye on. Will we see a headshot? We'll find out very soon. Looking to get that Kiriko there. Shots just missing. The Genji runs out of their reflect. They're just trying to play it safe. No one is moving the car quite yet. Instead, they're looking to try to group up to go for a dive here. They've gone underneath. They don't know the Tracer is there. Tracer's going to be moving on in here. They poke a bit like a mosquito they are, and they're starting to direct the attention. Dimbleberry and Isaac able to get the first two there as the Zenyatta starts to make the cart push. For the side of Purdue, it's not looking too hot, I will add. Most of them are able to get out alive, thankfully, so there's not much they need to wait to reset for. Let's see over on the Thimble. Thimble has been a menace previously, and looking to, with the assist of Cheese Bread there, to secure that elimination. Tracer's continuing the push on Cart, but we are also seeing that they're not going to allow it very soon. They know they're there and they jump them. The Genji's pushing on up but not able to find any real damage yet. Just trying to play it safe here, and the Genji's able to get that first kill with the assist of Breath of Life. Breath of Life there is going to be joined by the Winston there. That's going to be Moe Goth. And now they're going to try to rain down onto Mr. Got Game. Juice also perishes to the Tracer. Thimbleberry is alive and well and able to get out unscathed. And with that, the fight is not going to go finished. Instead, the Widow able to find that first on the Pharaoh. Swan also falling victim to the Hanzo. The Winston making his move, pushing up into them. Winston has no primal, so that was a miscalculation there. Almost having the Kiriko, but with the assist of Mr. Got Game, they secure it all the same. Thimbleberry has ult ready and waiting. So we're going to have to see here if they're going to use it right away. And I believe they are. Let's see. They find them. Now is the time to use it. The fight comes on out trying to find anyone, but it does not. Ocarina goes in for the dive here with the Zen Orb. They're making the space, but is it enough? Doesn't seem like it yet. She's trying to get some value here with that pistol. Whipping it on out and seeing what they can find. Just pouring a little extra damage to help with the team. Isaac here having to drop against Genji. The Kitsune rush comes on out. Let's see how it's going to help him. Transcendence saves the team as Pharaoh is able to take out that Baptiste through the dragon. He's going to try to push this Hanzo here. Hanzo receiving the Discord there. It's going to be everyone for themselves as Purdue takes point number 1. So with that, it's going to now be up to Michigan Tech to hold the line here in the brewery. Will it be enough? We'll find out. Mr. Got Game with the Flux here available on deck. And possibly going to be paired here with the Window, but more than likely it will not. Window will more than likely be activated first in order to help with damage as Isaac gets another headshot. Oh my word, the massacre. It's beautiful. As it now is, the doors will have to close on up here and the team will have to regroup. Cheese bread! What a dirty headshot. The blade is ready, but there's not much that can assist Ocarina here when he goes in. He'll be vulnerable for a split second to Thimbleberry and Ice, not to mention Mr. Got Game. And Mr. Got Game could, for their own decision, just activate their Flux just to shut down that blade. So many chances to be happen. And the Flux has been activated. Thimbleberry able to get Ocarina. He does use blade. A crucial pick there. And the damage is done. They're able to get that point moving. But what's done is done. And they need to regroup yet again. Dragons are going to be online as well as this window still has not been used. They haven't been able to find a great use for it quite yet. But they're going to very soon. Where's this Tracer? The Tracer's hiding behind. He could flank them perfectly. If they're able to get rid of that immortality early, this is going to be crucial for the Tracer. They're going to meet him immediately. They get the eat out. The rock goes as well. And we're going to be going in here for the pulse. Just misses. Unfortunate indeed there. For the side of Purdue, they have the Sigma isolated. This is keen. This is perfect real estate there. The window has been activated, but is it enough? No, sirree. We do see a swap over to the Ash off of the Widow. The damage is real with the fire in the hole. And it's going to be a cleanup here from the side of Michigan Tech. They don't have a chance for a recontest despite trying to take space. So it could be an immediate spawn hold here. As the team set themselves on up, we're going to have to see if it's going to find any value here. As the Tracer and Winston are on the flank, they can just forget the Sigma and go after the backline here. They do swap off the Hanzo for a Cassidy here, so they'll be able to get that value. Cheesebread looking to get the elimination there with the assistance of Mr. Got Game. Thimbleberry able to also take down Pharaoh. Them up by 2. It's going to just go from there. Thimbleberry able to find Swan. Looking to get the Kiriko as well, but not happening today. There's a minute 30 left on the board. So let's see, how does Purdue try to change this up? Will they continue with the dive? Seems that's going to be the case. It's working well for them, so why change it? It's all about having proper picks here. Swan looking to get some snipe with the right click, but not able to find any. There's so much damage, and it's just so accurate with the assistance of this pocket here on the Isaac. Just one bad place to be positioned, and it's the end. Pocket heads over to Thimbleberry as he's looking to clean on up. Juice here really doing their due diligence of moving back and forth in order to stay in a pristine spot and well acquainted. High Noon's going to be activated here. Big opportunity. And stuck before he can activate it. That was a tremendous play from the side of Pharaoh there. Almost had the pick there. The Transcendence comes on out. As it runs down, they're going to try to push in against this window. It is fatal. You only have one healer left, and it's not enough. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. You need to get out for a regroup. Ends are looking a bit dire now with 8 seconds left and counting. Who's going to be able to make a touch here? Will the Winston be there in time? Doesn't appear to be the case, as that's all it wrote for third point there. A great escort, however. You got to give them credit. That was beautifully done. They're able to take advantage of space with dive. Although slow going, it still happened. They were able to just take space after space. That's all you got to do. You can take a little ground every day without having casualties, and you will be victorious. But it's also hard fought, so you got to be mindful of your positioning and your cooldowns in order to really outmaneuver and outplay your opponents. So with the cart going on back here, we're going to be seeing a dive from Michigan Tech. Double flyer, singular healers. I call it singular because Kiriko can heal many people, sure, but they mostly target one person at a time, unlike characters such as Moira or Lucio, which covers an area, an AoE type. As for the side of Purdue, they are also going to hold back. It's an interesting decision here, because playing this far back is saying, all right, I'm going to try to make sure we get these picks and use these sight lines to the best of our ability. Widow for Widow here, just misses one another, going for another pick, and Isaac comes out on top. With that, Isaac said, all right, I've had enough, so going back. Oh, nope, we're going back at it again. Will Isaac catch him one more time? Looking for the Widow. It's going to be Ocarina. They're meeting each other on either end as they're trying to help get that pressure pushed. Just missing. They realize the Widow's there now, but they are really over encumbered here with the amount of pressure they are forced to deal with. Able to get that hip shot there is going to deal a bit of damage, make them wary, but it does not stop them. As we're seeing here, the Farah Thimbleberry, we saw it before. As long as they stick together, Thimbleberry will do it again and again. They'll build up their barrage to the point where it becomes a cooldown. And the amount of direct hits, and with the solo ult, does not care. They want that elimination. They're going to get that cleanup and move forward. So, for the side of Purdue, Purdue's now going to have Sombra here. Interesting. Not a bad thought. You can even try to make sure you get rid of the health packs. That could be useful to them. But the payload's going to meet the first objective point here, as it's going to be a push for second point. The one that's going to be leading the charge here, I believe, is going to be the Wrecking Ball with Farah as a decoy. Wrecking Ball comes in from the rear just as soon as the point reaches a certain place. They are spotted. The slam comes out. They're looking to get the healers. The mines are good. They separate the team, but Isaac has fallen. Having Isaac down, as well as Thimbleberry, things are not looking good. The Wrecking Ball has been hacked, and now he is just going to be pressured out. Even Kiriko cannot escape. I'm sorry, that was a Suzu? Kiriko just able to throw out that Suzu after the hack, cleanse themselves immediately. What a play. So now we're going to be looking at the Wrecking Ball to the D.Va here. They're just looking for damage and pressure. D.Va going right on in, immediately hacked and just taken out with Pharaoh able to follow it up on the high noon. It's a duel out here, folks. A Wild West pistol. But Thimbleberry is quite hurt. Yet they live thanks to the pocket. Isaac's coming in here with the stick. And just for good measure, I'm not going down tonight. We're going to activate Transcendence. They just keep going on in. And they're not letting this point move. High noon is now been used and shot, but it finds no one. Cheesebread here has the Kitsune Rush. They just need to stack with the team properly in order to use it. They activate it now. They're trying to go for the damage picks here, but things are looking pretty dire as Pharaoh's able to get that headshot. They will be brought back. It's a trade for trade, but the numbers are in favor of Michigan Tech. They're able to get this Diva. Diva is demeched, but will it be enough? Mr. Got Game spots the Sombra. He wants to kill. He's got it! With that remake there, that's going to set him up real pretty for this final push. Swan has fallen again, so that's going to have to be for another regroup. They do have a chance to contest this point, but it's very dangerous. They need to start moving in, and their best bet is going to be Mogoth going in with the ult. The EMP has been activated, but it does not hit thanks to the Quen still lingering. Going for the block, lives through it like the tank he is. Trying to find whoever they can. They're able to take out the Mercy and follow it up, looking to see if they can get that Kiriko. Just the Nemesis itself is so powerful. Yet despite best efforts, the point will be capped. Isaac has swapped back over to the Widowmaker here. Will Pharaoh be okay? My odds are not in favor of good health. The hack comes out perfectly against the Diva. Now they just got to have a follow-up here. They're going to start making their way in. Pharaoh finds the first pick. They're taking space and names here, and they are not letting that Widow live. Goodbye, Widow. Hack comes out yet again. The Sombra has been so useful from the side of Purdue. It's great to see it. A stick was there beautifully. The High Noon's been activated, but not able to find anyone. Isaac goes on over to the Bastion. The Gatling gun's been unleashed. Will they live? I don't think so. As that window is going to deal a grand amount of damage. The Extended Rush has been activated by Cheesebread here, but I'm not sure it will be enough to live through it. The High Noon's activated by Pharaoh. Finds Isaac. Pulse Diva Bomb out in the center. Able to get a pick on the Moegoth, but immediately demeched yet again. However, the odds are against Purdue, and with that, Michigan Tech takes map number 3! Thimbleberry here with the play of the game. Looking at it for eyes, I see. A beautiful headshot that shut down the blade and following up on killing of the Primal. What a play there, even taking out the Tracer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it here tonight on the Bethel Pilot Invite Day number 1. We thank you so much for coming on out. We hope to see you tomorrow. Be sure to tune in to Bethel Invite. Try to remember it here. Bethel Invite and Bethel Invite 2. Bethel Pilot Invite. Excuse me. That was the missing word. Bethel Pilot Invite and Bethel Pilot Invite 2, where you will be seeing the eliminations. Without further ado, thank you for joining me. I'm Saminami, signing off. Bye-bye.